My mother actually suggested to me when I was about 18 that I take up sculpture lessons, and I looked at her like she was crazy. But she was so insistent that I tried my hand at it, and that was my introduction to sculpture. I had left school and had tried various jobs. I became an invoice clerk in a record company, and I hated that. And I did various other jobs, like work in stationery stores as a salesperson. And I thought, if I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing this, I just don't want to live. And I literally didn't know what to do with myself. And my mother, who probably understood me better than I did at the time, remembered that I had done some interesting carvings around the age of 6. I was very active with my hands. I used to make things, and I used to carve things. And she pulled out a lion walking across a branch, which I've made out of a root of a tree. And then I also carved a Grecian torso and gave it to her as a present, as a paper knife in wood. And she had saved those things, and I had forgotten about them, and she pulled them out of the drawer, and she said, "Look, you have a talent for sculpture. I have a feeling you're going to be a sculptor." I said, "Well, me? You know." So she said, "Well, I have a friend who is a well-known Hungarian immigrant sculptor at the time, and he gives evening classes. Why don't you join his evening classes?" So I did so with a lot of fear and trepidation, go to one of the classes, and he gave me a head that he had made of a woman, one of his own creations, and said, "Copy that." And the minute my hand touched clay, I just felt such a sense of power, and I was able to do it. I don't know where it came from. And I made a perfect copy of the head, and he was amazed. He says, "You've never done this before?" I said, "No, this is the first time." He said, "Well, do you want to have an apprenticeship with me?" So I said, "Sure." So that's how it all began. I can't think of anything that I would be good at other than sculpture. I find it the most engaging thing in the world to do. I knew it from the moment I touched clay when I was 18 years old. This is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.